So we were discussing about types of angles, and the last angles which were discussed was complementary angles. Two angles are said to be complementary if their sum is 90 degree. Now we discuss about supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. If the sum of two angles if the sum of two angles is 180 degree, if the sum of two angles is 180 degree, then the angles are called supplementary angles. Then the angles are called supplementary angles. So, if the sum of two angles is 180 degree, then the angles are called supplementary angles. If one angle is x, then its supplementary angle will be 180 minus x. If one angle is h degree, then the unit of angle is degree. So if one angle is h degree, then its supplementary angle be 180 degree minus x. If one angle is given and we have to find its supplementary angle, then we subtract the angle from 180 degree. Suppose you have given x equals to 120 degree and you have to find its supplement angle or supplementary angle. So its supplementary angle is calculated by subtracting 120 degree from 180. So 180 minus 120, we get the supplementary angle as 60 degree. So if the sum of two angles is 180 degree, then these two angles are called supplementary angles. Let us see one of the example based on this. The question is, an angle is equal to 1/3 of its supplement. An angle is equal to 1/3 of its supplement. Supplement means supplementary angles. An angle is equal to 1/3 of its supplement. So find its measure. Find its measure. We have to find the measure of supplementary angles, and we have given that an angle is equal to 1/3 of its supplement. So suppose let an angle be x degree. Let an angle be x. Then we find its supplementary angle. Then its supplement angle. Supplement is the short form of supplementary. Then its supplement angle is equals to 180 degree minus x. And we have given that an angle means x is equal to one third of its supplement. One third means 1/3 into supplementary angle. 1/3 by 3 into 180 minus x. Now do cross multiplication. So 3 into x, 3x equals to 180 minus x. Minus x will go on left side. It becomes plus. So 3x plus x equals to 180 degree and 4x equals to 180 degree, and we get the value of x equals to 180 by 4, which is 45 degree. So one angle is 45 degree. One angle equals to x equals to 45 degree, and its supplementary angle means other angle or supplementary angle, which was 180 minus x. So 180 minus 45. So we get 135 degree. And the sum of these two angles is 180 degree. That's why these two angles are supplementary angles. Now we discuss about some angles relations. Now we talk about some angle relations. Some angle relations. And firstly we talk about adjacent angles. First is adjacent angles. So what is adjacent angles? We try to understand. Two angles are said to be adjacent. Two angles are said to be adjacent if they have the common arc. The first point, if they have the same vertex. If they have the same vertex. First point, they have the same vertex. So two angles are said to be adjacent if they have the same vertex, they have the common arc. And second point, they have the common arc. Two angles are adjacent if they have the same vertex, they have the common arc, and uncommon arcs are on the either side of the common arc. So to understand the adjacent angles, 3 points we have to keep in mind. Two angles are said to be adjacent if they have the same vertex. Same vertex means common initial point. Common initial point is called vertex. The angle from where it is started. Second point, they have the common arc. And third point, the uncommon arcs are on the either side of the common arc. Uncommon arcs must lie on the either side of the common arc. As for example, this is called common vertex. O is the vertex which is common, and there are three arms: OA, OB and OC. And OB is the common arm. They have the common arm. So OB is the common arm. The first point was they have the same vertex. Point O is same, common for all these arms. So they have the same vertex, they have the common arm, and uncommon arms lie on either side of the common arm. OA and OC are uncommon arms which lie on the either side of the common arm. So these three conditions satisfied. They have the common vertex, they have the common arm, and the uncommon arms lie on the either side of the common arms. So the angles are called angles AOC. Here angle AOB and angle BOC are called adjacent angles. Angle AOB and angle AOB and angle COB are called adjacent angles. Angle AOB and angle COB are called adjacent angles because they have the same vertex, they have the common arm, and the uncommon arm lie on either side of the common arm. Now we talk about linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles. Firstly, we have seen adjacent angles, then we are going to discuss about linear pair of angles. So, two adjacent angles. Two adjacent angles are said to form a linear pair. Two adjacent angles are said to form a linear pair if their uncommon arms are on the opposite sides. If their uncommon range, two adjacent angles are said to form a linear pair angles if their non-common arms are two opposite range. If their non-common arms are two opposite range. If their non-common arms are two opposite range, like suppose OA is the common arm and uncommon arms OB and OC are opposite range. The uncommon arms OB and OC are opposite range. So they form a linear pair. Angle AOB and angle AOC. Angle AOB and angle AOC form a linear pair angles because their uncommon arms are opposite range. OB and OC are uncommon arms and they are directly opposite. They are opposite rays. Why these two angles are called linear pair? Because OA is the common ray and uncommon ray are opposite ray. So since uncommon rays are opposite rays, uncommon arms are opposite rays, that's why these two angles are called linear pair angles. Now we derive a theorem based on linear pair angles. So in angle relations we have seen the adjacent angles and linear pair angles. Adjacent angles and linear pair angles. And we are going to derive a theorem based on linear pairs. If any ray stands off a line, the theorem number 1. If any ray stands on a line, if any ray stands on a line, then the sum of, if any ray stands on a line, then the sum of the adjacent angles so formed. Then the sum of the adjacent angles so formed. Sum of the adjacent angles so formed is 180 degree. The theorem is, this is the statement which you have to keep in mind. If any ray stands on a line, then the sum of the adjacent angles so formed is 180 degree. So to prove a theorem, we will have to firstly write down the given condition. So the given is a ray CD which lies on the line AB. This is the given condition. A ray CD stands on a line AB. A ray CD stands on a line AB. We have given a ray CD stands on a line AB. A ray CD stands on a line AB such that angle ACD and angle BCD are formed. A ray CD stands on a line AB such that angle ACD and angle BCD is formed, such that angle ACD and angle BCD is formed. So firstly, to prove the theorem, firstly we write the given condition, and the given condition is a ray CD stands on a line AB such that angle ACD and angle BCD are formed. Then we will have to write what I have to prove. To prove angle ACD, to prove angle ACD plus angle BCD is equals to 180 degree. The theorem was, if a ray stands on a line, then the sum of adjacent angles. These two angles are adjacent angles because CD is the common arc. So the sum of adjacent angles is 180 degree. This thing we have to prove. So to prove ACD plus BCD equals to 180 degree. Now we write a construction. Draw a line. CE perpendicular to AB. 90 degree. Draw a line CE. Perpendicular to AB. This is the construction which we have done. Draw a line CE which is perpendicular to AB. Now angle ACD can be written. Now we will prove. So angle ACD can be written as angle ACE plus angle ECD. Angle ACD is written as angle ACE plus angle ECD. Similarly, angle BCD can be written as angle BCD. This angle BCD can be written as angle BCE minus angle ECD. When angle BCD can be written as angle BCE minus angle ECD. When angle ECD is subtracted from BCE, when angle ECD is subtracted from BCE, we get the angle BCD. So angle BCD is written as angle BCE minus ECD. Now add both the equations. Adding first and second. Add first and second. So we get angle ACD plus angle BCD equals to angle ACE plus angle ECD and plus angle BCE and minus angle ECD. So angle ECD and angle ECD gets cancelled. So we get, this is the positive sign and this is negative sign. So in opposite side both the angles gets cancelled and it remains angle ACD plus angle BCD equals to angle ACE. Angle ACD, this was 90 degree by construction. So at the place of ACE we can write 90 degree. And angle BCE, if this is 90 degree then this will also be 90 degree, because on a straight line the total angle formed is 180 degree, and since this is 90 then this will also be 90. So angle BCE is also 90 and we get the result angle ACD plus angle BCD equals to 90 plus 90, 180 degree. So this is the theorem and we prove the result which we use in solving the problems. Angle ACD plus angle BCD equals to 180 degree. Means the sum of adjacent angle is 180 degree. If any ray stands on a line, then the sum of adjacent angles is 180 degree. So this is the theorem that the sum of adjacent angles is 180 degree.